For more on this, let's bring in Arizona Republican Congressman Andy Biggs. Congressman, welcome.
Thanks, Mike. Good to be with you.
So the Senate worked overtime into the early morning hours on Saturday, passing the framework of that big, beautiful bill. What do you anticipate with it going back to the House this week?
Well, the difference is stark, obviously. It's about $2 trillion spending cut difference between the House and the Senate. So what I would suggest is going to happen, what should happen, is that the House committee should go ahead and proceed pursuant to the budget instructions that we already passed out of the House and start looking for those reductions. On the other hand, we're going to have to keep working with the Senate, but the difference is so large, and it speaks to what Budget Chairman Arrington calls an unserious proposal on the part of the Senate. I don't know if I'd go that far, but what I'd say is it's woefully short of where they need to be.
To be clear, failure is not an option, right? Because if there is no legislation passed, taxes go up on everybody at the end of the year, right?
100%. And that's why I think in the end, you're going to see that's where everybody coalesces around is the tax extension of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, plus President Trump's new proposals. I think everybody will coalesce around that. But you have to actually try to make this fiscally responsible, because don't forget the president has also said that he wants to balance the budget in a short period of time. Well, that means you can't keep spending and you can't avoid reductions in your spending. And that's why the Senate proposal was so disappointing, quite frankly.
Then there's the issue of district judges setting up roadblocks to President Trump's agenda. Here's Attorney General Pam Bondi from Fox News Sunday.
The president is going to comply with the law. Just since January 20th, we've had over 170 lawsuits filed against us. That should be the constitutional crisis right there. 50 injunctions.
What can Congress do in response?
Well, Congress can actually, under Article 3, Section 1, limit the jurisdiction of these courts who are issuing nationwide injunctions, which is antithetical, and both parties used to agree that that was not good practice jurisprudentially. The second thing you could do is you could deal with some of these problems financially with reducing some of the funding for the federal courts. Some of my colleagues want to do impeachment. I think that's probably a hill you can't get over. But also under Article 3, Section 1, you could remove for failure to serve during good behavior, which is actually the term of the Constitution, not lifetime tenure. So there are some avenues for the Congress to take, and we need to get going right away. We almost got one done last week in the House. I think we're going to do it again Monday, hopefully, and that's a limitation of jurisdiction.
Are some of these judges infringing on the power of the presidency, interfering with the executive branch?
Absolutely, they're abusing their power. Some of these judges have a long history of using political bias in ruling and making their decisions, and that's part of the good behavior standard. If you're abusing your power and going well beyond what your jurisdiction is because you have political animus, political bias, then you are not in good behavior, and you don't have a right to actually continue to serve as a federal district judge.
Finally, you are running for governor of the great state of Arizona, a purple state. How do you assess your chances?
I think they're pretty good, Mike. Every poll that's come out since I announced that I was running has me in the lead by a significant amount over my primary opponents. And then also, I'm the only Republican that has actually polled ahead of the current Democrat governor incumbent. So we feel pretty good about the direction we're going. A lot of support around the state. I've been all over the state in the last couple of months, whenever I'm in town, whenever I'm in Arizona.
We will follow it. Congressman Andy Biggs, grateful for your time today. Safe travels back to the Hill.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.